Welcome back to our channel, everyone. Today is a beautiful day to dive deep into the absolute chaos unfolding in Port Charles. We love unpacking these wild, twisted storylines with all of you, so grab a comfortable seat, get your favorite snack ready, and let's jump right into the thick of the latest drama. Okay, so I've been thinking about this, and it is honestly keeping me up at night. I literally cannot stop thinking about Michael Corinthos and his absolute, undeniable, completely terrifying curse when it comes to women. Here's what's bugging me. Is it him? Is it the women he chooses? Or is he just a literal magnet for the Grim Reaper? I mean, look at the track record. 4 of his exes are dead. 3 of them were murdered. And now the one who's actually still alive, well, one of the ones still alive is literally a confessed murderer herself. Wait, let me back up. Because when you actually lay it all out, the pattern is so disturbing that I don't know how Michael even sleeps at night. Let alone tries to date someone new like Jacinda Bracken. Basically, if you date Michael Corinthos, you should probably just write your will immediately. Or maybe not, I don't know. But it's weird, really weird. The whole thing is just weird. Actually, no, first I should mention Abby Haver. Because that's where this whole nightmare kind of started, right? I think it was back in... Wow. I don't even remember the exact year. But Abby was the one who really grounded him after the whole prison trauma. And how does she die? A falling crane. A literal falling crane. Probably doesn't matter, but I noticed that in the midst of a massive murder investigation at the time, someone just randomly gets crushed by construction equipment. Come on. That had to be sabotage. I've always thought there was more to that story, but the show just kind of moved on. But that was strike one. Michael finds love. Michael loses love to a bizarre, violent tragedy. And it just set this horrible precedent for his entire adult life. Then we have Kiki Jerome. Oh my god, Kiki. This one still hurts to even think about. She was murdered by Ryan Chamberlain, which, okay, Ryan was killing everybody, but the timing on Curtis and Jordan Ashford's first wedding night, what a way to completely destroy a romantic milestone for the whole town. But specifically for Michael, who had this deep, complicated history with her. I mean, not exactly dating at the exact moment she died, but kind of, they were always intertwined. And Ryan just took her out. It's like anyone who has ever held Michael's heart just gets a massive target painted on their back. It makes you wonder if Michael subconsciously pushes people away now because he knows they might end up in a body bag. Wait, what was I saying? Oh, right, Sabrina Santiago. Sweet innocent Sabrina. Murdered by Paul Hornsby. The district attorney turned serial killer, which is a whole nother rabbit hole I could go down, but I won't. I'll pull myself back. Anyway, the point is... Wait, what was the point? The point is Sabrina didn't deserve that. She was the mother of his child. Well, she was a mother figure. They had that whole tragedy with the baby, but she was pure, and she got strangled by Paul Hornsby. It's just this relentless cycle of grief for Michael. He tries to build a life, and the universe, or a serial killer, just rips it away. It's honestly a miracle he hasn't completely lost his mind and become a villain himself. Okay, wait, then there's Nell Benson. Nell is the turning point in this whole analysis, I think. Because Nell wasn't an innocent victim, like Sabrina or Kiki. Nell was the villain. She died, or died. Because we all know how soap deaths work, her corpse wasn't exactly paraded around on screen. She just fell off a cliff after that crazy struggle with Carly. Presumed drowned, but she was Michael's ex, the mother of Wiley, and she ended up dead. So that's 4. 4 dead exes. Abby, Kiki, Sabrina, Nell. It's a literal graveyard of Michael's romantic past. And the craziest part about Nell is that her twin sister is now the one causing all the current trauma. I need to talk about Sasha Corbin for a second before I get to Willow because Sasha barely made it out alive. Seriously. Sasha was almost killed at least 3 times while she was in Michael's orbit. Remember, the bird flu poisoning, that was insane. Then she was nearly taken off life support, and then she was almost bombed. I mean, what kind of luck is that? But the most telling part of Sasha's survival is that she literally had to flee. She fled to her parents' house with Daisy Corinthos because Willow was gaslighting her so badly. Willow was obsessed, making Sasha think she was losing her mind. And if Sasha hadn't run, her life could have been in danger, again this time from Willow. Which brings me to the absolute mess that is Willow Cain. Okay, so I've been thinking about Willow's trajectory, and it is genuinely mind-blowing. I remember when she was just this sweet school teacher, a dawn of day survivor. She nearly died of leukemia. Refusing treatment until after Amelia was born. She was the ultimate martyr. She was the anti-Nell. But genetics are a terrifying thing, apparently, because she has spiraled so far down that she is basically Nell 2 now. Actually, no, she might be worse than Nell because Nell owned her crazy. Willow hides behind this self-righteous, I'm doing this for the family facade. She shot Drew Cain. She literally pulled the trigger on Drew. I think it was a few months ago, somewhere around there. But she did it. And then instead of just dealing with it, she went full sociopath. She tried to frame Michael for Drew's shooting, her own husband, the father of her children. She tried to set him up to take the fall. But then again, that doesn't explain why she suddenly pivoted to framing her own mother. Nina Reeves. Okay, I know I just said the opposite, but hear me out. Willow is just using whoever is convenient. She had Nina give Drew a shot in his IV line. She told Nina it was something helpful, or at least manipulated the situation, so Nina's fingerprints were all over that syringe. And then the absolute bombshell Willow confesses to Nina. She literally says, I did it. She admits she shot Drew, and she admits that Drew didn't have a stroke. Let's just sit with that for a second. Drew Cain is lying in a hospital bed, paralyzed, trapped in his own body, because Willow is secretly giving him a paralytic drug. And she saved the syringe with Nina's prints on it to blackmail her own mother. If I go down, we both go down. That is so dark. That is so twisted. It's giving Major Nell vibes. And poor Drew, Elizabeth Baldwin, just stopped by to visit him. And Willow got distracted. I am literally praying that Liz notices Drew blinking or something. Like, can you imagine the tension in that room? Liz is so smart. She has to decipher a blink, right? Or maybe not. Willow's pretty careful. But she's getting sloppy because she's distracted by her obsession with Jacinda. Which brings me to the current situation that is driving me absolutely crazy. Jacinda Bracken, Michael's new girlfriend. Michael is trying to move on, trying to have a normal life, and Willow's losing her mind over it. And it's not even romantic jealousy, I don't think. Or maybe it is. I mean, not exactly, but kind of. It's more about possession. Willow is obsessing over her children instead of a man. She sees Jacinda bonding with Wiley over spiders and video games, and she just sees red. She cannot handle another woman stepping into that mother figure role. It's like she has to be the only maternal figure in their lives, even though she's actively destroying her own life. Okay, wait, let me back up to the Quartermaine Mansion drama, because this is where the Jacinda hate really solidified for Willow. Wiley overheard Olivia and Michael screaming at each other, and he heard the word hooker in relation to Jacinda's past. And then, of course, because kids repeat everything, Wiley drops the word hooker during Brooklyn and Chase's incredibly important social worker visit for baby Phoebe chaos. Absolute chaos. Chase had to go to Willow and explain the whole thing, and Willow didn't completely lose it right then. But you could see the gears turning. She was like, nope, this woman is a bad influence. She completely ignored her own murderous actions to judge Jacinda. And that led to the confrontation at Crimson. Oh my god, the Crimson scene. Willow corners Jacinda and delivers this fierce, terrifying threat. She warns Jacinda to stay away from the kids, and then Michael walks in and Willow doesn't even back down. She looks at Michael and says to keep that away from her children. She called Jacinda that. It's so dehumanizing. It's so cold. It just shows how far gone Willow is. She is desperately clinging to her control over the kids. And Michael is just as determined to regain the upper hand. He defends Jacinda, which probably only makes Willow hate Jacinda more. It's a vicious cycle of spite and control. So here is what I am staying up too late thinking about who dies next. Because we established the Michael Corinthos curse. His girlfriends die. Jacinda is his girlfriend. Ergo, Jacinda is in mortal danger. And we have Willow, who is already a confessed attempted murderer, spiraling out of control, desperate, demented, and hyper-possessive of her kids. If Jacinda does something with Wiley that Willow really hates, like, I don't know, takes him for ice cream, without asking, will Willow just snap, will she kill Jacinda? It honestly feels like a kill or be killed situation right now. Willow is so desperate to maintain her image and her control that murder doesn't seem off the table anymore. But wait, there is a massive complication here that I almost forgot. Willow is Congresswoman Cain now, but Jen Sidwell is pulling her strings. She is in so deep with this terrifying mobster villain guy. She has to walk this incredibly fine line to avoid offending him. Sidwell is ruthless. He's currently trying to destroy Sonny. He's got Cassius Faison playing Nathan West. He's got Ross Cullum murdering Marco Rios. The guy is a menace. So what if Sidwell decides Willow is too much of a liability? What if Willow's obsession with Jacinda threatens Sidwell's political puppet show? He won't hesitate to eliminate a problem. Could Sidwell kill Willow? I mean, think about it. If Willow starts acting erratic, making a scene at Crimson, threatening Michael's girlfriend, drawing attention to herself, Sidwell isn't going to like that. He needs Congresswoman Cain to be a shiny, perfect politician so she can do his bidding. If she becomes a messy, murderous ex-wife who is constantly in the tabloids for fighting with her ex-husband's new girlfriend, she's useless to him. So maybe the curse flips. Maybe instead of Michael's current girlfriend dying, his evil ex-wife dies. But then again, that doesn't explain why the writers are leaning so hard into Willow's villain era. You don't build up Nell 2 just to have some random mobster take her out. Wait, I also need to factor in Trina Robinson and Kai Taylor because they know Willow shot Drew, and Willow is getting super paranoid about them. Michael wants Kai to give Wiley private Little League lessons, and Willow is secretly freaking out because Kai knows her darkest secret. How far will Willow go to keep Kai and Trina quiet? If she's willing to paralyze Drew and frame her own mother, she's definitely willing to hurt Kai or Trina, or Jacinda. Honestly, nobody is safe. The whole town is just a powder keg waiting for Willow to light the match. It's weird, like really weird. The whole thing is just weird. Anyway, the point is, wait, what was the point? The point is, Michael is cursed. Jacinda needs to hire a bodyguard, preferably one who isn't secretly working for Sidwell. Willow needs an exorcism or a padded cell. And I need to go to sleep because my brain is just jumping between all these theories and I'm probably overthinking it. Or maybe I'm exactly right. I mean, not exactly, but kind of. I guess we'll see if death strikes Michael's love life again. But seriously, if I were Jacinda, I would pack my bags and move back to Australia. Just saying.